I would like to ask you a few questions. First of all, are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm currently studying English teaching. I find it like really engaging because it keeps me busy, but I basically enjoy like the challenge.
Okay, that sounds cool. And how do you spend your leisure time?
Well, in my free time, I like to keep things balanced. I'm into reading, especially this part of nonfiction books, because they give me like new perspectives and keeps my mind active. And I also like outdoor activities like drawing, skating, because they are like great to relax and stay fit.
What would be your ideal job?
Well, for my dream job, it would be like something that lets me apply what I've learned. I like this role of keeps me learning all the time, so I want to feel like I'm making like a positive impact. And what about you, Juan? In the questions, part B, it says like, how do you travel to work, college every day? What are your plans for the future?
Well, regarding the traveling aspect, I tend to use most of the times the public transport, buses, the subway. Uh, it's extremely exhausting because it takes me 2 hours to get to college. But yeah, regarding my future, I would like um, to work in something that's related to my major, also English teaching. I like it. Some things that it's important for me is getting that kind of job.
Okay, cool. And how important are computers in your life at the moment?
I find them extremely important nowadays. They are essential. They're everywhere. Basically, we are using it most of the times. Right now, we are using a computer to uh, make this activity.
Now let's move on with the part two. It says that we have to look at the picture A and E, and we have to talk together whether we couldn't live without them. So if I consider living without these items, I would certainly present some challenges. For example, in the case of picture A, it is like, yeah, it's a card. So it's crucial for moving to another places. But I think that we can live without them. And in picture E, the refrigerator. So it plays like an important role of food storage preservation. But I don't know, what about you, Juan?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't find it extremely necessary. The car. I've lived most of my life without one of them. Uh, and besides the fridge, I mean, it has been in my life since I was born. It's extremely essential. It's crucial. Most of the houses in Mexico have one fridge, whether like it's big or not. That cars are not that essential uh, for me.
Yes. Okay, that's cool. Now, the other part says that we have to imagine that there is like an exhibition and it's gonna take place in this part of essential inventions. So, and of course, at the end, we have to suggest two other inventions. So, starting with picture A, the car, we already talked about this one.
Mhm.
So, it is also like the most revolutionary thing, talking about transportation, because it connects like people, but it could be like essential or not, depending if you use it like too much. What do you think about picture B, Juan, which is
Huh?
like a computer?
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the most important inventions in 21st century, maybe also in the 20th century. It helps us. It has helped us. Many jobs are now performing with computers. um, and it has improved everything. Math, science, research, uh, many other aspects of our lives have been better since the invention of the computers. Regarding the third picture C, we have a book. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think that it's like the base of everything. So it's where knowledge came from, basically, and where everything started. But yeah, that's basically like the base of the information. I think so. About what about the picture D, the clock?
The clock, I'd say, is one of the most ancient inventions in humankind. It has helped several uh, civilizations in the past and nowadays also to measure time. Uh, I don't think we could live without a clock because it gives us like the perception of what's going on around us, and it sets like a starting point to everything. And about the last picture, refrigerators, what do you think about them?
The refrigerator. Also, it changed like the way how we consume food. Um, Basically, this is important also if you have like a restaurant. This is essential for you. And yeah, that's basically. And considering like the additional inventions, I would like to say, oh well, like include like this part of the internet, which has revolutionized like this part of communication, access to information, etc. What could it be another invention that you would like to include, Juan?
Maybe smartphones. I know that they are kind of related to what you just said, and also the computers. But I see them as a new, also another invention. Uh, it has helped people get connected with their relatives. It's like having multiple tools uh, in one single place that also fits in your pocket. You can access to almost anything you want from your phone, a camera, the internet, yeah, your notes and stuff. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's
that's it.
excellent.
Mhm.
So let's move on to the part three.
Yep. So for this part, I would like to ask you, how has life changed in the past 100 years?
Okay, it depends. Maybe in the first aspect of the work could be like this one of globalization, which open like new job opportunities, but it also brought like more competition, this part of flexible works. In the case of education, I would like to say that it become like more inclusive, including like yeah, breaking down like these socioeconomic barriers, but also talking about this part of education, the online ones, because the online classes like changes everything. And finally, the aspect of the family. Well, it transformed like this part of the gender roles, leading more dual income households. Yeah, that's basically if we are talking about this part of the marriage.
Right. Now that you mentioned marriage, does the sorry about that. Do you think marriage is as important today as in the past?
And marriage holds like a different significance today compared to the past because while it was once often seen as societal expectation or economic necessity, now we don't have like this type of importance. So it is like more individualized, I think so. Um, yeah, it's gonna be important depending on your personal values. So, Juan, Regarding to this one, what changes do you foresee in the future according to accommodation, fashion, or transport?
Well, regarding accommodation, I think that it might get a little bit uh, problematic. You know, world population keeps growing and growing, and maybe we are running out of space to live. And since owning a house has become almost impossible for younger generations, they are forced to try to like get an apartment or live with their parents until they are like 30 years old or more, because the economy doesn't allow these people to get a new house. So I find it troubleful. Regarding fashion, well, fashion hasn't been one of my favorite topics at all. I'm not like very into this topic. But what I've seen is that fashion tends to improve their materials, but their designs are not that good. I mean, I've seen them and they look like extremely abstract. You don't really know why they are like doing those clothes and those pieces of attire. It's wacky, completely wacky for me. I tend to be more traditional, you know, just a pair of jeans and a shirt, and that's all of my fashion sense. Regarding transport, now, well, I find it troubleful, but I think that maybe the future is bright because of the improvements in like uh, electric cars.
Okay, that's cool. And maybe in short words, does the future worry you at all?
Definitely, yeah, totally. I tend to be worried about it. Uh, I tend to be a little bit selfish about the future because I just think about me. Uh, I know that climate change and all these hard times we are living as a species will maybe be extremely difficult to overcome. I already mentioned the pollution and all that stuff, but also the human growth, the population growth, sorry, will make life extremely difficult. So sometimes I am really concerned about it. I don't know if I'm going to live enough or to have enough opportunities to do all I want to complete all to achieve my dreams. Like owning a house, you know, it's something that I'm not sure if I'm going to achieve or many people could achieve in their lives because of all the stuff going on.
Yes, that's excellent. Thank you very much, Juan. And finally, maybe less than 1 minute. What can we do to make the world better, a better place to live in? And are people becoming less important than machines? I think that we have to foster this part of empathy. And regarding of the machines, I think that they must be like the complement, not replaced
Mm.
of human creativity. But what do you think?
Well, regarding your first question, I'd say that the best way to improve our life is trying to be respectful with everybody. I know it's kind of difficult sometimes, but try to be respectful with all the opinions we have and enjoy life. Machines, yes, I totally agree with you. They should be a complement for people's work. They can't replace us, or they shouldn't replace us. We shouldn't let that happen because that's gonna have a very bad uh, impact in society and economic and stuff.
Yes, that's excellent. So thank you very much, Juan. I think that's it. So thank you.
Yep. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So,
Goodbye.
vale.